right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call Halim Lai, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, great milestone, and peace and salutation to the elect. And the book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, he that walketh uprightly, surely, he that walketh uprightly, surely, but he that perverteth his way shall be known. He that winketh his eye causes sorrow, but a prattling fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins. And the lips of him that have understanding is wisdom. And the lips of him that have understanding is wisdom found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the fool is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is a strong city, but the destruction of the poor is his poverty. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, but the fruit of the wicked is to sin. He that is in the way of life keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. Okay, in the multitude of words, that one have not sinned, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. Tongue of the just is as choice silver, and the heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. All right, so being as the scriptures say, the righteous bow is the lion, right? We are called, as it says in the book of First John, the 4th chapter. Okay, it says, let me go there. It says 17, right? It says, herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world, right? So Lord, as the Lord was, so are we in the same position, basically, So it goes on to say, 18 verse, there is no fear, but perfect love cast out fear, right? But because fear hath torment, because he that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he loved us first, right? So you made perfect in love, and the love, because it says what? The knowledge, to know the love, to know the love of the Lord passeth all knowledge, right? So it goes on to say, Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 17, it says that Yahushua might dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye be rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth, length, the depth, and height, and to know the love of Yahushua, which passeth all knowledge, that ye may be filled with the fullness of the Most High. Right. So when you know the love of the Lord Yahushua, which pass all knowledge, you're filled with all the fullness of the Most High. So he made perfect in love. Right. 1 John 4 and verse 17. Here is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. Right. There is no fear in love, but perfect love cast out fear, because fear have torment, and he that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he loved us first, right? Okay, so Ephesians 3 and verse 17, right? That Yahushua may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye may be rooted and grounded in love, that ye may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth, length, the depth, and height, and to know the love of Yahushua, which passeth all knowledge, that ye may be filled with all the fullness of the Most High. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us, unto him be the glory in the church by the Lord Yahushua throughout all the ages, world without end. Right? Isaiah 45 and 17, or is it 7? I think 17. Isaiah 45 and 17 says, it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. All right. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confound the world without end. Isaiah 29 and verse 22. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning the house of Jacob, right, who redeemed Abraham, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face wax now pale. All right, so we're never gonna go and our face is gonna wax pale, meaning we're gonna be ashamed. In the kingdom, the Lord is gonna make us to always be in a state of enlightenment, in an exalted state. His face shall not wax pale. Not necessarily meaning we're never gonna. Obviously, yes, we're not gonna look like white folks, but we shall not be ashamed, right? And his face shall not wax pale. So like confusion of face, going into the ashamed, us being ashamed. So same thing. It says 23rd verse, but when he seeth his children, the work of my hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the power of Israel. But when he seeth his children, or shall fear the power of Israel, they that also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmur shall learn doctrine. Right. So that's time that we come into, right? Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 1. It says, For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all of this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High. Right? Sirach 18:3, all things obey his will. Right? No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. And there is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, and to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is to the good, so is to the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth for oath. There is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all, yet also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil. Madness is in their heart while they live. After that, they go to the dead. Right? So time and chance happen to every man, right? For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished, and neither have they any more portion for everything under the sun that is done under the sun. Go thy way, therefore, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart, for the Most High now accepteth thy works. Let thy garments always be white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with thy wife, it says, whom thou lovest all the days of thy life of thy vanity, which he gave thee under the sun all thy days of thy vanity. For this is the portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Whatsoever thy hand findest to do, do with all thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. Okay. So this is why you must serve the Lord while it's yet day, when no man can work, John 9. Okay, so ultimately being as though, the scriptures say, this is the condition that man shall fight upon the earth, right? Man that's born a woman shall fight, right? Man that's born a woman is a few days full of trouble. So all that you do, says 10th verse, whatsoever thou hand goes to do, do it with all thy might, right? For there's no work, nor device, nor knowledge in the wisdom or in the grave which thou goest. Our lives belong to the Lord, all right, which spoken about in John 16th chapter, but I'll leave that for a little bit later. Ecclesiastes 9:11, it says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not given to the swift, nor battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all. Right? There you go. Okay, the race is given to the those that endure the race, the marathon. All right. For man also knoweth not his time. And one of the things about the marathon, the legend of the marathon race itself was that um, it was a warning, a cry, warning, a cry of battle. So that's what the men of the Lord are doing. They're crying the battle. They're blowing the trumpet. So that's the race. All right. So it says Ecclesiastes 9:12 says, "For man also knoweth not his time, right? As the fish that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it suddenly fall upon them. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. There was a little city, and few men was within it. And there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. And now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor wise man. Then I said, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's words, or the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of a wise man are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroy much good. 1 Corinthians chapter 29 and verse 8. It says, and they with whom precious stones were found gave them to the treasure of the house of the Lord by the hand of Jehuel the Gershonite. Then the people rejoiced. Right? Why? For they offer willingly, because with perfect heart they offer willingly to the Lord. And David the king also rejoiced with great joy. All right. At being able to praise the Lord, right? Their heart was full with joy. As this is how, as the title lesson say, we are not called to fear. We're called to live our lives. Scripture say, perfect liberty that's in Yahweh Shai, right? Scripture say the perfect law of liberty. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, Sirach 10 and 21, but it says that perfect love cast out fear, 1 John 4 and 18 and 19, which you just read. But we are called to serve the Lord with joy in heart, okay? And the scriptures say the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and of a sound mind. So we serve the Lord, it says here, with rejoicement in heart, great joy. First Chronicles 29 verse 10, wherefore David blessed the Lord before all the congregation, and David said, blessed be thou, Lord, power of Israel, our Father, forever and ever. Thine, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty. For all that is in the heaven and the earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom. O Lord, thou art exalted as head above all. Both riches and honor come of thee, and thou reignest over all, and thy hand is powerful and mighty, and thy hand is to make great and give strength unto all. Now therefore our power, we thank thee, all right, and praise thy glorious name. But whom am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to offer so willingly after this sort? For all things come of thee, and of thine own have we given thee. For we are strangers before thee, and sojourners, as well as our fathers were. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is none abiding. The Lord our power, and all this store have we prepared to build thee an house for thy holy name, and cometh out of thy hand, and all is thine. I know also my power, that thou triest the heart and hast pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of mine heart, I have willingly offered all these things. Now I have seen with joy thy people that are present here to offer willingly unto thee. O Lord, power of Jacob, of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, Jacob, our fathers, keep this forever in the imagination of the thoughts of the heart of thy people and prepare their heart unto thee. And that's what the Lord's doing. The Lord's preparing our hearts unto the Father. That's why I said Malachi, the 3rd chapter, I will turn the heart of the fathers. No, the 4th, I think that's the 4th chapter. I will turn the hearts of the fathers unto the children, or the Malachi 1, 4 and verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the great coming, great and dreadful day of the Lord, which he did send back our Bivens, taught us all this truth. As the beginning of the great awakening, if you will. 6th verse, he shall turn the heart of the fathers to let the children, and the heart of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Okay, so that's it. Back in First Chronicles, that's the Lord preparing the imagination of the thoughts of the heart of thy people and preparing their hearts unto the Lord. Right? The word faith cometh by the hearing of the word and the word of the Holy One, right? First Chronicles 29 and 19 is where the Lord speaks by his men. He multiplied similitudes and expounded parables, right? Based upon the ministry of the prophets, Hosea 12 and 10. First Chronicles 29:19, give unto Solomon my son a perfect heart. All right. And to keep thy commandments and thy testimonies and thy statutes, and to do all these things, to build a palace for the which I have made provision. And David said to the congregation, but the key word was Solomon must have a perfect heart, right? In order to do these things. David said to all the congregation, now bless the Lord, your power. And the congregation blessed the Lord. Of their fathers bowed down their heads and worshiped the Lord and the king, and their sacrifices unto the Lord. Offered burnt offerings unto the Lord on the morrow after that day, even 1,000 bullocks, 1,000 rams, and 1,000 lambs with the drink offerings and sacrifices in abundance for all of Israel. And did eat and drink before the Lord on that day with great gladness. That's how you serve the Lord, right? With great gladness of heart. And they made Solomon the son of David king the 2nd time, and anointed him unto the Lord to be the chief governor, and Zadok to be the priest. And then Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as in king's stead of his father David, and prospered. All Israel obeyed him, right? 40 years of peace, which is a prelude to the kingdom to come, right? 24th verse, all the princes and the mighty men and the sons of likewise of King David submitted themselves unto Solomon the king. And the Lord magnified Solomon exceedingly in the sight of all of Israel, and bestowed upon him such royal majesty as had not been on any king before him in Israel. Likewise, when he returns, the return of the king shall be like so. He shall have the glory of above all the kings, right? Revelation 19th chapter, he had many crowns upon his head, for he took all the glory of the world, right, upon himself. So it says, Wisdom of Solomon 19, verse 6, for the creature in his proper kind was fashioned again anew, right? Serving the peculiar commandment that were given unto them, that thy children might be kept without hurt. Okay, it goes on to say, as namely, right, because the creature, right, the elect are being fashioned anew, new spirit, right, born again, serving the peculiar commandment, the new song, right, which to the world is strange. That's why they said, oh, how shall they teach a new strange doctrine? What new strange doctrine are they teaching? Right. It says, as namely a cloud shadowing the camp, where water stood before land appeared, dry land appeared, and out of the Red Sea a way out without impediment. Right, because that's what happened when Moses was able to deliver the children of Israel through the power of the Lord. Their way was made without impediment. Out of the violent stream a green field appeared, and where through all the people went that were defended with thy hand, seeing the marvelous strange wonders. For they went at large like horses and leaped like lambs, and praising the Lord who didst deliver them. For they were yet mindful of the things that were done while they sojourned in a strange land, how the ground brought forth flies instead of cattle, and how the river cast a multitude of frogs instead of fishes. But afterwards they saw a new generation of fowls. When being led with their appetite, they asked delicate meats. For quails came up onto them from the sea for their contentment, and punishments came upon the sinners, without former signs by the force of thunders, for they suffered justly according to their own wickedness, and as much as they used more hard and hateful behavior towards strangers. For the Sodomites did not receive those whom they knew not when they came, but these brought friends into bondage that had well deserved of them. Not only so, but peradventure some respect shall be had of those because they use strangers not friendly. 16 verse, but these very grievously afflicted them whom they had received with feastings and were already made partakers of the same laws without them. Therefore, even with blindness were they stricken, as were about the doors of the righteous men. When compassed about with horrible great darkness, everyone sought the passage of his own doors. 18 verse, for the elements were changed in themselves by a kind of harmony, like as a psaltery notes change the name of the tunes, yet are like always sounds, which may well be perceived by the sight of things that have been done. For earthly things were turned into watery, and the things that are before swam in the water now open onto the ground. The fire had power in the water for forgetting his own virtue, and the water forget his own quenching nature. On the other side, the flames wasted not the flesh of the corruptible living things, though they walked therein, neither melted they the icy kind of heavenly meat that was of the nature apt to melt. For in all things, Lord, thou didst magnify thy people Israel and glorify them, all right, the elect. Neither didst thou regard them lightly, but didst thou assist them in every time and place. The Lord's going to assist us, Lord willing, you continue in the faith in every time and place. Read 22nd verse again. For on all things, O Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, thou didst magnify thy people and glorify them. Neither didst thou lightly regard them, but thou didst assist them in every time and place. All right, look at that word assist. All right, look at the word assist. Thou didst greatly assist them in every time and place. All right, to help, aid, give assistance or support in time of need in an undertaking or effort. All right, to stand by or help, assist, assimilate, cause to stand. Right, Lord gonna cause you to stand. Romans 14:4. All right, Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink. Second chapter, right? My servant shall eat. My servant, you shall have merry, have abundance. Should be merry, have abundance. Others shall weep and mourn and be sorrowful. Right? Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing the new song, right? In joy of heart, right? They shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a name and a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord your power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? So we look forward to 2 Peter 3rd chapter. The former things are not remembered, nor come to mind anymore. It says, be you glad and rejoice forevermore, that in which I create. For behold, I create in Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. That's why you serve the Lord with happiness and a smile on your face. It says 19 verse, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy my people, and the voice of weeping shall no more be heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more be thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days, for the child shall die 100 years old. Okay, parable, I'll speak. We're never going to die. But the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed, and they shall build houses and inhabit them. All right. And they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. And they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people. All right. Brooded, built up, strengthened. And mine elect shall enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble. For they are the seed blessed of the Lord, and their offspring is with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer them. And while they are speaking, I will hear them. And the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. And they shall not destroy nor hurt in all my holy mountains, saith the Lord. All right. Perfect protection, perfect, you know, covering. I'll cover the with the shadow of my wings. Proverbs 12:2. A good man obtaineth favor of the Lord, but a wicked man device will be condemned. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. All right, as the tree that was spoken of there before. It says, fifth verse, the thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsel of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. A man should not be condemned according to his wisdom, but he that is a perverse heart shall be despised. He that is despised and hath a servant is better than he that honoreth himself and lacketh bread. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, and take care of the earth and the creatures therein. But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. You see this devil destroying all the earth. Okay, and his tender mercies are cruel, even if he tried. All right. It says, 11th verse, he that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread. We're going to keep the land Sabbath. But he that followeth vain persons is void of understanding. The wicked desireth the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous yieldeth fruit. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hand shall be rendered unto him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. And he that speaketh truth showeth for righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is there's he that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lips of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. There you go. That's why you serve the Lord with joy and heart. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful man shall be under tribute. All right. So it says Proverbs 12 and verse 21 and verse 15. It said, it is joy, happiness to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right. All that hate me love death. It says, right, because the ways of the Lord are the right ways. It says, he that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man, and he that loveth wine, oil shall not be rich, right? Because those things lead to death. 18 verse, the wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious, angry woman. There is a treasure to be desired in the oil and dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. He that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness and honor. He that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness, and honor. That's right. So that's it. Proverbs 28 and verse 12. It says, when righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Right? Because in this society, the righteous men are hidden, being as though, there's a war on masculinity in the world. There's a war against the Israelite men. You if you're a Mo, you get exalted like P. Diddy. You get exalted. We get exalted like P. Diddy in this society. But if you go out there and you tell the truth, they're gonna pull you to the side like K. Dot. Like Kendrick Lamar, they're gonna pull you to the side. If you say you're Israelite, they're gonna sabotage your career. That's why Brandon T. Jackson and them do what they do. It says Proverbs 28:13, he that covereth his sin shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that feareth always the Lord, right? But he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. Right? The prince that wandereth understanding is also a great oppressor. But he that hateth covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that doeth violence to the blood of his own any person shall flee to the pit, and let no man stay upon him. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that walketh in his uprightness shall be saved, right? Proverbs 10 and verse 9. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverteth his ways shall be known, right? So Proverbs 28 and 18, whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that tilleth the land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain purse shall have poverty enough. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. That's why 1 Timothy 6 and 10, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. To have respect of person is not good for a piece of bread. Um, to have respect of person is not good for a piece of bread, that man will transgress. He that hasteth to be rich hath the evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebuketh the man afterwards shall find more favor than he that flattereth with the tongue. Whoso robbeth his father and mother saith it is no transgression, the same as the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, and whoso walketh wisely shall be delivered. All right. He that walketh wisely shall be delivered. Jeremiah 15 and verse 15. O Lord, thou knowest, remember me and visit me, and revenge me and my persecutors, and take me not away in thy long suffering. Know that for my sake I have suffered rebuke. 16 verse, thy words were found, and I did eat them, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing in my heart, for I am called by thy name, O Lord of hosts. And I sat not in the assembly of the mockers, and nor rejoiced. I sat alone because of thy hand. Thou hast filled me with indignation. Why is my pain perpetual and my wound incurable, which refuses to be healed? Wilt thou altogether be unto me as a liar, and as waters that fail? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, if thou return, and then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me, if thou take forth the precious veil, the precious from the vial, Salakia. Thou shalt be as my mouth. Let them return unto thee, but return now not thou unto them. I will make thee unto this people a fence, brazen wall, and they shall fight against thee, and they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee to save thee and to deliver thee, saith the Lord. For I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. John 16 and verse um, 13 says, howbeit he, when he, the spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you in all truth. For he will not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. And he will show you all things that are to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine, and he will show it unto you. All things that the Father, hath are mine. Therefore I said that he shall take of mine and show it unto you. A little while, and ye shall not see me. Again, a little while, and ye shall see me, because I go to the Father. And then said some of his disciples among themselves, what is this that he saith unto us? A little while, and he shall not see me, and again a little while, and he shall not see me, because I go to the Father. They said, therefore, what is this? He said, a little while we cannot tell what he saith. Now Yahushua knew that they were desirous to ask him. I said unto him, do you inquire among yourselves of that what I said, a little while, and you shall not see me? And again, a little while, and you shall see me. Verily, verily, I say unto you that ye shall weep and lament, because the world rejoiceth. But the world shall rejoice, Salaki. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. See? Your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in travail, hath sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she has delivered the child, she remembereth no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. And ye now therefore have sorrow. But I will say to you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy shall no man take from you. And that day ye shall ask me nothing. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it unto you. Whether ye have asked me, whether have ye asked nothing in my name, ask and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. These things have I spoken unto you in Proverbs, but the time cometh when I shall no more speak again unto you in Proverbs, but I shall show you plainly of the Father. At that day you shall ask in my name, and I say not unto you that I will pray the Father for you. For the Father himself loveth you, because ye love me, and have believed that I came out from the Father, from the Most High. I came forth from the Father and came into the world. Again, I leave the world and go to the Father. His disciples said unto him, Lo, now speakest thou plainly unto us, and speakest no proverbs. Now are we sure thou knowest all things, and needest not that any man should ask of thee. By this we believe that thou camest forth from the Most High. How shall I answer them and say, Now do you believe? Behold, the hour cometh, yea, now is come, that ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation. Be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. All right. So likewise shall you have ability to overcome the world, because you shall receive great joy in heart, as all the things that I have received of my Father I have given unto you, right? As the Lord said. So with that, I say, call I'm like Hawa, Bashem, Yashai, Bashem, Kakodash, the ones to the apostle of the great millstone, peace and salutation to the elect. All right, serve the Lord with all joy and heart. Right, for Ephesians 3:19, to know the love of the Lord Yahushua, pass all knowledge, that ye may be filled with all the fullness of the Most High. So with that, shalom. Shalom.